Hi everyone, welcome. If you're just tuning in and you're wondering who I am, my name is Beck. I am the founder of Morbid Little Girl Productions. I am an actress, filmmaker, makeup artist, and I love all things spooky. Now, originally as advertised on my feed, we were going to do a segment tonight called Stinker Movie Sundays, but I've decided to postpone that, and there's a very good reason as to why I'm doing that. Discussing a film that has a major studio behind it is violating SAG strike guidelines, so I don't want to do that. I don't want to cross any picket lines. So once the strike is over, we'll be able to do that segment. So we have a slight change around for our program tonight. So if you're just joining the chat, welcome. I'm so excited to bring to you tonight's show. We're going to do something a little bit different this evening, and we're going to have some people call in this evening, and we're going to do a last minute 10-minute Halloween costume challenge. So I'm going to have some friends call in later on, and we're going to be assigned a random, very classic Halloween costume, and then the person challenged has to go to their wardrobe with existing household items and create a last minute costume. So I'm really excited to do that. I know it's a bit of a bummer that we can't discuss the movie tonight. I was so excited to do that, but we will be doing that eventually. So welcome to everyone that's joining to the chat. Hi Maddie, hi Carlos, hi Jeff. Thank you so much for joining this evening. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Beck. I am the founder of Morbid Little Girl Productions, and I love all things spooky. And yeah, tonight we are going to be doing a 10-minute Halloween costume challenge with some people that call in. And we're going to see what people can come up with resources inside their home. I'm definitely a queen of last minute costumes. I think, you know, especially being a performer, I've held on to really strange items in my wardrobe. So I'm excited to see what I might get challenged to this evening. And, you know, I'm really excited to, you know, assign a challenge to one of my friends this evening. In the meantime, while we're getting sorted, I have another story from More Scary Stories 3, Stories to Chill Your Bones. And tonight it is on the theme of animals. I'm a huge animal lover. I actually have a cat who is incredibly camera shy. He's hiding out in my bedroom, but his name is Tuco, and he's a beautiful Bombay rescue cat. And I've had him now for 7 years, and he is the absolute light of my life. And should he choose to come and enter the feed at any point, I will gladly showcase my cat. He is a very, very beautiful cat. Hi Heather, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm going to read a story from Scary Story 3s to get the evening started off for tonight. And I'm going to be doing a story called Sam's New Pet. Sam stayed with his grandmother when his parents went to Mexico for their vacation. "We're going to bring you back something nice," his mother told him. "It'll be a surprise." Before they came home, Sam's parents looked for something Sam would like. All they could find was a beautiful sombrero. But after that afternoon, while they were eating lunch at the park, they decided to buy the sombrero after all. Sam's father threw what was left of the sandwiches to some stray dogs, and they walked back to the marketplace. One of the animals followed them. It was a small grey creature with short hair, short legs, and a long tail. Wherever they went, it went. "Isn't he cute?" Sam's mother said. "He must be one of those Mexican hairless dogs. Sam would love him." "He's probably somebody's pet," Sam's father said. They asked several people if they knew who its owner were, but nobody did. They just smiled and shrugged their shoulders. Finally, Sam's mother said, "Maybe he's just a stray. Let's take him home with us. We can give him a good home and Sam will love him." It's against the law to take a pet across the border, but Sam's parents hid the animal in the box and nobody saw it. When they got home, they showed it to Sam. "He's a pretty small dog," said Sam. "He's a Mexican dog," his father said. "I'm not sure what kind, but I think it's called a Mexican hairless. We'll find out, but he's nice, isn't he?" They gave the dog some pet food. Then they washed it and brushed it and combed its fur. That night, it slept on the bed where Sam slept, and in the morning he woke and it was still there. "Mother," he called. "The dog has a cold." The animal's eyes were running, and there was something white around its mouth. Oh! Sorry about that. Later that morning, Sam's mother took the dog to the veterinarian. "Where did you get him?" the vet asks. "In Mexico," she said. "We think it's a Mexican hairless," the vet said. "He's not even a dog. He's a sewer rat, and he has rabies." So yeah, that is from Scary Stories 3, and I'm going to be doing a costume challenge this evening. So if you are feeling up to a challenge, please call in on my live feed. Yeah, you can call on in, and I'm going to assign you a costume challenge. So yeah, whenever you're ready, please feel free to call in. And in the meantime, I'll tell you a little bit more about my background. So fun fact, I actually grew up in a haunted house. And when I was a kid, I didn't realize that I grew up in a haunted house. And the final night that I was living in that house, my parents took my sister and I out. I think we went to McDonald's or something like that to eat. And while we were eating dinner, Mum looked at my dad and she's like, "Should we tell him, Paul? Should we tell the girls?" And Dad's like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. And to me, those words are like, you know, a carrot in front of my nose. And I'm like, "Oh, you have to tell us." And so Dad told us that one night, my parents had an ensuite bathroom and a walk-in wardrobe, and they were side by side in the master bedroom. Anyway, as Dad was going to the bathroom, he noticed that there was a woman that was in Victorian dress standing between the bathroom and the walk-in wardrobe, and she was just minding her business and completely alone by herself. And he told Mum about the experience, and she also said one time that she was at home, my dad was out at work, both my sister and I had gone to school for the day, and my mum said that a shadow of a young boy ran past the bathroom while my mother was in the tub. And there was also another situation where basically Mum was alone and there was a light that kept flickering, and we had an electrician come out and everything looked good with the wiring. But eventually what happened was, it was addressed many, many times, but this light would consistently go out and flicker. So yeah, that was a fun, spooky story growing up in my house. But yeah, I'm just declining a live invite because I don't know who they are yet. But yeah, if there's some other people that might want to join us for a last minute costume challenge, do call in, and we'll, come up with some 10-minute Halloween costume ideas with existing household items. Oh, and thank you for the heart me, Carlos. I appreciate it. And now you are the number 2 member of the team. Got to figure out who the number 1 team might be, but for everyone that's joining so far, thank you and welcome. Heather, please feel free to reach out and join. Let me know if you have any issue calling in. I'm such a newbie to TikTok, by the way. I'm kind of flying the plane as I build it, and I promise you that I'll get better as the weeks go by. But yeah, Heather, if you want to call in, I'd love to assign you a challenge. Live access is needed to go live as a guest. Let me see, one second. Let me see if I can call her. All right. I'm trying to figure out special badges. Let me go here, go to Heather's profile. Okay, let me see what I can do. Okay, let me see if I can add a guest. All right, I'm going to invite you, Heather. I've just figured it out. Oh, Heather isn't available. Huh. All right. Let's see. Trying you again, Heather. Saying you're not available. Oh, okay. This is really weird. So I guess maybe in the meantime, Heather, would you like to assign me a 10-minute costume challenge and I can try to figure out a very quick costume idea? Hello, Carlos. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, a cat. All right, great. This is fun. Okay. first and foremost, I think I have a cat suit, so that's going to be a great start. In the meantime, because I figured that I should have someone to keep you comfortable, I'm going to have a Halloween pumpkin to keep you company while I get this costume sorted. All right. So the first item we have is going to be a cat suit. I'm just changing off camera at the moment, and we want to keep this show nice and PG friendly, so I'll talk to you while I'm changing, but my first item is going to be the cat suit, and I have some face paint in this Halloween pumpkin, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right. Putting on the cat suit. Okay. Putting one leg on. Getting the other leg in here. Cat suits have had a bad rap since the film Cats. Oh my goodness, I've never seen that movie, but I've heard it's quite terrifying, and yeah. Cat suits really have gotten a bad rap since that movie. But they're great. I love onesies and those types of one-piece items. I'm just going to zip up while I speak, but we've got all of the parts covered up that we need to cover up for TikTok. I don't have cat ears, so maybe I'll figure out some space buns. So let's grab another pony-o. Where's my other bun bar? Ah, here it is. By the way, I'm not endorsed by these, but I love the pony-o and bun bars. They give me these beautiful buns, as in like the top of my head, not, you know, my butt. But yeah, we're going to turn this, I think, into some space buns. All right. Just pulling out the bun bar. Getting some scrunchies. All right. Section that bit of hair off on one side. Never tried a space bun before. What's this? Carlos just sent fire. Yay, fire, fire! Like Beavis and Butthead. All right, putting in one side of the pony-o. And just clamp that down, secure it in place, get the bum bars in. And yeah, I'm all for quick costume changes. I know that Matt and Heather are theatre kids, and we certainly learn how to change in very unusual environments and very, very quickly and very effectively. Okay. Wow, space buns are a little bit harder to do than what I thought. Let's try that again. All right. So just going to clamp that around here. And yeah, Heather knows. All right. Okay, I think that's kind of okay. I look more like a koala, I think. Okay. I think what's going to sell it is once I put the nose and whiskers on. All right. Getting that other side up and running. Probably like thinking about the 5 minute mark, I think. Thank you, Heather, for the encouragement. I appreciate it. As I said, I'm an elder millennial on TikTok, and it's certainly a strange new world, learning all of the live streaming and all of that fun stuff. Hi, Christine, nice to see you. I'm figuring out a 10-minute costume. I've been challenged to create a cat in 10 minutes. So we're working with existing household items, and this is paying homage to Tugo, my cat. So this is my second space bun with these pony-o bun bars. Wow, I've got like Gen Z hair right now. Look at me, I'm acting young. All right, okay, so we have my cat ears. Next, we're gonna need a nose and whiskers, because that's what cats have, and that's what's gonna sell this item. Let's see, what do we got here? Getting an eyeliner pencil. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna draw a little nose, and draw a little heart right here. Do a little. Now we're going to do some little whiskies. Thank you for the badge, Christine. Okay. Okay. And I just realized I might be able to make a tail. Wow, I have a bobby. Actually, I have a safety pin that's in one of my bags of tricks. And then I'm going to use, this is a curling rod. I might pin it to the back here like a cat tail. And then I think we've completed the costume challenge. I love the makeup. Eyeliner is very multifunctional. I actually use, Halsey has a makeup brand that's really excellent called About Face Beauty. And I really love her pens because they're like almost like a crayon and they glide on. But yeah, I gotta finish my costume. Here we go. All right, I've got my little makeup bag of tricks here. I know that there is a safety pin in here. I think we got this almost done in under 10 minutes too, which is great. Yeah, Halsey's great. I think that she's a really interesting musician, and I'm really excited to see when she has her acting debut in the X sequels. So yeah. Anyway, got a bobby pin in this. Gonna pin this into the back. Yeah, Maxine, I can't wait to see it. So yeah, this is my my 10-minute cat costume, but I also feel like I'm from Mean Girls. What are you? I'm a mouse, duh. Yeah, so that's what I did. If anyone else wants to challenge me to a 10-minute costume, because I'm realizing that having people call in isn't as easy as what I thought it is, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I'd love to come up with another 10-minute costume. I have a whole box full of wigs, so feel free to throw something that's a little more challenging out there if you wish. I have a black wig. I have like a half black, half white Sia Cruella de Vil style wig. We got a pink wig in here. What else we got? We got a brown wig. Got a plain white wig. And I have blonde hair extensions too. Do you have a post-it note? You could also do Tetris. I only have white ones, unfortunately. And they're branded, I think, with like some kind of construction company on there. So I'm not going to do Tetris, but if someone else has another Halloween costume suggestion that I can come up with in under 10 minutes, then I would love to bring that to life. Yeah, I'm doing a very last minute episode tonight. We were originally going to be doing Stinker Films, but we're crossing and changing over. Do Wednesday. And I could be Andy Warhol. Oh my gosh, because I'm already in the skivvy. Let's do Andy Warhol and then we can transition into Wednesday. All right, so I'm going to have to remove this makeup really quickly, but luckily I have some trusty makeup remover with me. I think I have cotton pads somewhere in my room. All right, let me just keep browsing. You know what? We're going to use some bamboo wipes. All right, so just quickly taking off. Oh, wow. These pens actually are really nice and worthy. I'm going to run back really quickly and I'm going to grab a makeup wipe and I'm going to refresh. So I'm going to put the pumpkin back in place to be a nice stand-in for me in the meantime, and I'll be back in a second. and we're returning back. All right. Okay. So, got my micellar water, got some cotton pads. We're going to remove this. Hi, Laurie. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for the rose this evening. So we are doing a 10-minute costume challenge this evening. We decided to change direction on the show tonight because we don't want to violate any terms of the SAG-AFTRA strike. So we're coming up with 10-minute costume ideas. I'm going to be bringing them to life with any suggestions thrown in the comments box. The next costume I'm going to be creating is actually going to be Andy Warhol. That was a suggestion from my friend Matt. Thank you so much. The last costume suggestion came from my friend Heather, and I just was a black cat. I'm just going to remove the bobby pin from the back of me. Safety pin from the back of me. And this is actually a curling wand. These are really great, by the way. They give you such a lovely curl, and it holds better than anything that I've ever experienced before in terms of like curling items. I have very naturally straight hair, and I find that heated styling tools really kind of, give me like a short-term look, but they've damaged my hair and they don't last all that long. These tend to give me much more holding power. All right, we're going into our next 10-minute costume challenge, which is going to be Andy Warhol. I think I even have some glasses in one of my boxes of laying around in the house too. I might have to quickly duck out and check in the other room really quickly once I get the basics for Andy Warhol down. So we're going to need a wig cap and a white wig. All right. Got my white wig. I'm getting the wig cap out just so that my hair is out of the way. Get some bobby pins. I'm going to just pin these bangs out of the way really quickly. My hair into a low ponytail. I'll use one of these gentle elastics. Welcome to everyone joining the feed this evening. I am doing a 10-minute Halloween costume challenge where I will be assigned a task of making a Halloween costume with existing household items, makeup, and, sometimes if I don't have the items, I might have to get creative and, do something on the fly. So thank you for your comments and suggestions. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so brand new to TikTok. Hang on a second. Beck, maybe you and Maddie can meet up in person for your next live. Yeah, that's a really great idea. I'd love to have both Matt and Heather on the show. Both are very dear friends of mine. They're both very talented creators. So feel free to follow them if you don't already. Matt is a really brilliant writer, actor, entertainer. He's also, I think, starting up a podcast very soon. And then Heather is also an actress, producer, and writer, and singer too. So very creative people on the feed. And we're putting on a white wig now. Okay, I think I might have to see where my glasses box are. I think they're either going to be in the other room or they're going to be on this little shelf. I'm going to put my little pumpkin friend back in to entertain you all while I look. Because I think the glasses on this is really going to sell Andy Warhol. Yes, Andy! Okay, let's go and have a quick look. Yeah, it's going to be in the next room. I'm going to be back in a very short second. Put this down. And then, what kind of glasses do we have? We've got Elvis glasses. I think I'm almost going to become like Edna from The Incredibles. These are my attempted Andy Warhol glasses, Matt. That in the future, everyone will be famous for 15 minutes. This is my Andy Warhol costume that I came up with in 10 minutes, although I think it works. If I was able to pop these out of the frame, that might work. But yeah, that was the Andy Warhol costume. And now I'm going to transition from Andy Warhol into Wednesday Addams. And that I got a question for you because I have two perfect dresses I have in mind. Yes, Edna Model. Edna Mode, yes, that's right. Or I could also be Danny DeVito from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia when he's the art expert character. So I'll just take these off my head. And do we want to do a Goo Goo Muck Wednesday Addams, or do we want to do more classic Wednesday Addams? Drop the comments in the feed, and that's going to help determine what dress I wear for the Wednesday Addams under 10-minute costume. All right, just putting a wig away. I'm not seeing any comments, so I'm going to do a little bit more of a modern Wednesday Addams. I have a really fantastic dress I have in mind. I'm going to run behind here again and change real quick. But this dress is what I'm going to be wearing, and I'm really excited. Yeah, get the dress. We're getting the dress, we're taking the cat suit off, and we're keeping it. Oh, I'm going to put out the pumpkin to keep you company. And hi, Dying Inside. Welcome. We're doing a 10-minute Halloween costume challenge this evening, where I'm going to create costumes within household items and random items in my wardrobe and makeup. And it all has to be under 10 minutes, because I think sometimes the most fun in Halloween is when you come up with a last-minute Halloween costume. There's so much room for creativity, and I also think there's always fun in the imperfection of it all as well. So I'm just grabbing a Wednesday Addams dress. We're going to do something a little more of the Netflix Wednesday Addams as opposed to the more classic Wednesday Addams. Just because this dress came and I'm very excited to wear it, and I'm looking for an excuse to have it on. And if you're just joining the feed this evening, welcome. My name is Beck. I am a filmmaker and actor and makeup artist based in Brooklyn, New York. I have an Australian accent, but I am an Aussie expat living in America. All right, so this is going to be the dress. I'm going to just button this up. Hi, Mia. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Just going to button this up. And now I have a black bob wig, or I could just do a hair up hairstyle, but I'm thinking I might do a black bob. Just tying this up at the back. You know, I think maybe I'll just do the black bob again. It's not quite Wednesday, but it's Wednesday-ish. All right, so we just got my wig cap. Just gonna pop that back on, tuck the hair away, and get ready for a black wig from my wig box. And I might even put some black lipstick on for this one too. And thank you all for the suggestions so far. This is really fun. It wasn't quite what I was planning to have as a show tonight, but I think that it's ended up being really fun. And I really appreciate all the comments and support and love and likes. And thank you so much for subscribing and tuning in this evening. All right. So this is not quite accurate as terms of the hairstyle of Wednesday. So maybe I might pin it up. The bob with pigtails, that's actually not a bad idea. Or we could kind of do like a half up, half down type hairstyle. All right, synthetic wigs can be a little tricky to work with sometimes. All right, let me just clip this back. You know what? I might do these alligator clips. These might be a better choice. Kind of clipping it back. My eyes are popping on camera. Yes, that blue backdrop. Fun fact, this is actually a cape. This is the backdrop. This is so DIY. I think you'd all laugh at how tiny and cramped the space is. I'm going to get one more little detail. This is going to be the finishing touch. I have these bridal gloves. Very Madonna, but also very Wednesday. Okay, we've got the gloves on. And I think Wednesday needs black lipstick because that makes her a little bit more spooky. So I'm going to be using a KVD lip liner. Gonna use this ELF black lip gloss. All right, so Wednesday-ish, everybody, but the dress is super, super, super cool. I don't know if you can see it all in its glory from where I'm streaming from, but it's a very spooky, macabre dress that reminds me more of what you would see on the Netflix Wednesday series. So that is costume number 3. Do we have a suggestion for costume number 4? And to everyone that's just joining this evening, welcome. We are doing a 10-minute Halloween costume challenge this evening where I'm creating Halloween costumes. Oh, I saw one DIY costume that was a name tag with blessing while wearing Groucho Marx. Oh, a blessing in disguise. Oh, that's really good. That's really clever. I once heard of a really good Halloween costume when the Sims were really at the peak of their fame. One of my friends said that she was so broke for Halloween one year that she blew up a helium balloon and drew a diamond on it and put it above her head with like a ruler attached to the balloon, and she was the Sim. And I thought that that was so clever and creative. And it's amazing what people come up with when they're on a budget for Halloween. So yeah, for everyone that's joining the chat this evening, welcome. My name is Beck. I'm the founder of Morbid Little Girl Productions. I'm a horror filmmaker. I'm also an actor and producer and makeup artist. And I'm doing a 10-minute costume challenge. Oh my gosh, and look who might be joining the feed. It's Tuco. It's Tuco. So this is my cat, Tuco. He's usually very camera shy, but he is my to live his best life. That's my ultimate goal, is just, you know, making sure he's happy. But yeah, any other costume ideas that you want to suggest to me this evening? I'd love to hear what you might have in mind. It's just very simple kind of last minute Halloween costume ideas. I feel like some of my best costumes have come very on the spot. I remember it wasn't quite a Halloween costume party, but I went to a Fleetwood Mac rave many, many years ago, and I managed to get blonde hair extensions, and I had a kimono. Olivia Newton-John as Sandy. Challenge accepted. All right, let's see what we got here. I got plenty of spandex and leather, that's for sure, in my wardrobe. All right, so we're going to take this dress off. And I'm going to keep putting the pumpkin back, don't I? Because technically someone is supposed to be on screen. And Tuco, a classic motorcycle jacket here from Straight to Hell. So I'm going to pop that to the side. Going to take these buttons off real quick. And I can assure you, off camera, my room looks like it's had a bomb go off in it. There's clothes strewn everywhere across here. But it's fun, and I'm really enjoying the challenges and suggestions. Halloween's my favorite time of year. Although I'm spooky year-round, I don't need October just to be a time to be spooky. I like to keep the momentum going year-round, and you can all catch up with me for that one time of the year. All right, putting this dress over my head. I'm going to step into another spandex getup. All right, putting this to the side. All right. Maybe not that cat suit. Yes, this is the one. So much black clothing in my wardrobe. Hi, Tuco. I'm so happy he finally appeared on the feed. He's such a great cat. All right, just getting the other spandex leg sorted. Pulling on both legs. All right, we are back. So we got this. We'll just pop it on the shoulders so it looks like what Sandy was wearing. I got a rose. Thank you for the rose. Thank you, Laurie. I appreciate the rose. And Toko is also being the associate director with the camera wipe. Yep, he's being such a great cat. So, Sandy didn't wear black lipstick. She probably wore red lipstick, right? All right. My room is slowly but surely turning into a disaster during all of this. I'm just going to quickly put a few little items back where they belong. I'm going to put some wigs back in the wig box real quick. right. I'm definitely going to need to remove this dark lipstick. All right. Hi, JP. Welcome. Tell me about it, stud. You know, it was funny when I was younger. I actually preferred the looks that Sandy had before the end. I always thought at the end that I liked the outfit, but I actually thought that she looked prettier with her hair done the other way. But that's just me at the end. I was like, oh, I didn't know it was her at first when I saw her. I was like, is that Olivia Newton-John? And then I realized that it was, but I was like, oh, I kind of liked her when she had the straighter hair. But yeah, we're going to do that. Let's move his feet. I'm going to go and get my red lipstick really quick. All right. My other lipstick bag. All right. So we are grabbing red lip liner. Hi, Tuco. I love lip pencils. They're so great. And then we're just going to use a chunky lip liner from NARS. This NARS Cruella is probably my favorite red ever. It was a Sephora birthday gift a few years ago, and it converted me into a fan. And because we can't show cigarettes on TikTok, I'm just going to be like, tell me about it, stud. So yeah, that's my Sandy costume. That's for our 10-minute costume challenge. So far, we've managed to do 4 looks so far. We've done a cat. We've done Sandy from Greece. We've done Wednesday Addams. We have done Andy Warhol. But it also could be Edna Mode from The Incredibles because my wig wasn't quite right and the glasses weren't quite right. But feel free to drop into the comment any other costume suggestions. I'd love to bring them to life for you this evening. This is my 3rd ever live stream and I'm having a lot of fun creating these very last minute on the fly makeup artists. Yeah, I like the ponytail too. A scary ghost. All right, spooky ghost time. I feel like that is the ultimate classic Halloween costume. It's probably going to be the fastest costume I do too. Okay. Get the pumpkin. Ooh. Yeah, scary ghost. But I would probably recommend cutting eye holes out for that one, just because I couldn't see anything. But it's a classic. It's really easy to do. You could also turn this into a toga as well, and you could be a Roman. But sometimes, you know, classic Halloween costumes are the best ideas. I always actually, growing up in Australia, was always confused when people weren't scary for Halloween. Because I always think that Halloween is the best time to be spooky. You can be sexy any time of year, but Halloween, you know, you really only get the chance to be scary once a year. All right. So we're going to do a toga real quick because I feel like we have the white sheet and it's just such a classic, obvious, last-minute costume. But you can have a bit of fun with it and put like a fancy belt with it. So I'm going to go and grab a belt real quick. All right, get my belt bag out. Coming back onto the screen real quick. All right, so we are going to, I think probably a brown belt is more Romanesque. I'll just drop one shoulder. All right, make it very Romany. It could almost be like a little bit more of like a Greek god type situation as well. But putting that on. And we are now we're a Roman. And that's just with a simple bed sheet. And obviously the classic ghost is a good one too. But you know, cutting holes in sheets might not be the most practical thing in the world, especially if they're sheets that you sleep on. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other Halloween last minute costume ideas. Feel free to drop them in the chat. Also, thank you so much for tuning in this evening. It's really lovely to have, you know, a nice community and some people to chat to. And hopefully as I go along, these streams are going to get a little bit better. And once the strike is over, we're going to have so much fun. But yeah, please feel to drop some costume suggestions into the feed. I'm going to be creating those with household items, existing costume pieces I have, clothes I have, and makeup. So drop them in the comments. I'd love to bring them to life as best or as poorly as possible for you. But I'm really passionate about, you know, coming up with last minute costume ideas. But in the meantime, I figured that I will bring out a plastic shark. Marilyn Monroe! That's a really good idea. I'm gonna honk the heart shark and enthusiasm for that. Yay! All right, Marilyn Monroe. All right. Wow, this is a slightly more challenging one. I have a white dress, but it's not a Marilyn Monroe white dress. Let's see. This isn't quite right, but maybe we can start with this and try to get there too. Yeah, this was a gift from my friend Matt. And this is I love sharks. I just think they're really great creatures. And yeah, anyway, this is the white dress I'm going to start with for Marilyn Monroe. And I'm going to have to think about what I can do to suggest her look with makeup. But I think starting with like a beauty mole or something like that is a really good way to go. Just have that little pumpkin. You know, I'm going to put the shark on there too, and you'll have all the more great company. They're not much talkers, but they're really good listeners, so you can vent and, you know, tell them all of your secrets and dirty stories, and I'm sure that they won't tell anybody. But yeah, I'm going to create Marilyn Monroe in just a few minutes. I'm just keeping off screen so that no one sees parts that they should not be seeing on TikTok, because we like to keep it a friendly and positive community here. All right, getting that white dress. Pulling it on. Ooh, been a minute since I've worn this dress. All right. Coming back on. So this is the white dress. So I think it'll be Marilyn Monroe from like the waist up or something, because this is probably so far my weakest costume so far. But definitely the white's going to suggest Marilyn. The red lips is going to suggest Marilyn. I think she flipped her hair to the right side, maybe. So we'll do that. Thank you for the rose. Welcome to everyone that's joining so far. My name is Beck. I love Halloween, and we are doing a 10-minute Halloween costume challenge. I'm trying to create Marilyn Monroe in 10 minutes. Okay, so kind of smoothing the hair up a bit. I'm going to draw on a big old beauty mole. Actually, I got a brown liner that I can use for that. I think that's better than a black mole. Okay, we got a Marilyn beauty mark. I think this one's like a 5 out of 10, but we tried on that one. Thank you for the suggestion. If you have any other last minute Halloween costume ideas, maybe you want to do something a little bit more out. Oh, thank you, Laurie. Yeah, if I had more time to have set the retro hair and done the finger waves, I think maybe with a shorter wig. Yeah, I have, what are my wig options again? So we have a white wig. We have a black bob wig. They all tend to be bob wigs for some reason. I have a pink wig. And then we have a brown medium length wig that's seen better days. Actually, Laurie, I got this from Paddy's Market in Sydney, I think in 2007. That's the Cruella de Vil wig. And then, yeah, I have hair extensions. All right. So welcome to everyone that's joining the chat. We are doing 10-minute Halloween costume ideas. I have to create a Halloween costume in under 10 minutes. Hi Kentrell, welcome to the chat. I am doing a 10-minute Halloween costume this evening. So if you would like to suggest, or if you want to challenge me, if you can go live, I'd love to, compete with somebody or bring costumes to life that you suggest in the feed this evening. A devil. Oh, a devil, all right. So I think it's time that we bust out the face paint for this one. And in the meantime, I'm going to put a red dress on because I think that that's the perfect color for a devil. And I know certainly one person is going to be very familiar with this red dress. I'm sure that Heather is very familiar with this red dress here. I'm going to throw it on real quick. Too bad I don't have devil horns. All right, pulling on a red dress real quick. Coming back in. Zipping up at the back. All right. And I think maybe we might do some similar makeup to what I did on a web series at the beginning of the year that my friend Matt created called Flushing It, which is a really funny web series that you can check out on Patreon. I actually did some makeup for a friend and turned him into the devil. All right, what can I do with my hair to get those bangs out of the way? I might put one of these on. All right, so we're gonna put this on. And I think this will be a really fun costume to end the stream on this evening. We have a guest. I have my friend from Nigeria joining. Hi, Kentrell. How are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you for joining this chat this evening. So because you're joining, would you be interested in creating a Halloween costume that I assign you with existing clothing that you have around the house?
I don't have much of red, but I do have much of white.
Oh, okay.
I love white. I love white. I also do have some whites, some red. Sorry.
Uh-huh. So if I was to say come up with a costume and dress up as a do you know who the Grim Reaper is?
Yeah, the Groom Reaper. Yeah, I know who the Groom
Yeah.
Reaper is.
See if you can make a costume of the Grim Reaper with existing things around the house in 10 minutes. If you're up to the challenge, it'd be really fun to have someone come in and join and, get a little bit creative and into the Halloween spirit. If you're into it this evening, let me know. And I'm going to continue talking while I start to do this devil face paint. Okay, so we are going to be using some chroma cake makeup from MAC Cosmetics. Where's my red one? All right, so yeah, here we have the red one. And I'm going to damp a face sponge. I'm going to see if we can complete this look by 10 p.m. on the East Coast and at 7 p.m. on the West Coast. Anyway, just going to get this sponge out. Opening this up. Whoops. I'll put this just on here then. All right. Let's get this character to life. So I'm just mixing this solid chroma cake in with some water and a face paint sponge. And we're going to paint my face red.
If I was a woman,
I'm turning myself into a Halloween devil.
If I was a woman, I would have a lot of pancakes that I would have changed my face to black ghost or something.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you good with face filters on TikTok? So find a spooky face filter if you wanna.
I would definitely find someone and purchase. Then
Right.
we'll go up on challenge with a demon look.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a Freddy Krueger and also the clown.
Oh, Pennywise from It?
Yes, Pennywise.
He's creepy. That movie absolutely terrified me as a kid, especially the original one.
And both I do love both Freddy Krueger too.
Yeah, clowns absolutely terrify me. After I saw that film, it's like, oh, clowns.
I
I
do
think
love
clowns.
clowns.
Actually, you know what's scarier than clowns, though? I think that you know those marionette puppet, actually not a marionette puppet, a ventriloquist dummy. They frighten me even more than clowns. Those awful wooden puppet things. They
Those
scare me. I
puppet
don't know
things,
why. I've always been really frightened of them. It's a great way if you want me
but,
to clear me out of a room, get one of those out, and
but
yeah.
those are just ants. Ants works. This is ant sucks.
Mhm.
But I can definitely make
Yeah.
one too. I can make
Yeah.
a devilish one.
Yeah. There's actually a really good Florida folklore story in the Florida Keys that I'm always fascinated by. Have you ever heard of the story of Robert the Doll?
Robert the door. You mean
Yeah, it's a
the door
haunted
that
doll.
was awake, that haunted door? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's this creepy doll on the Florida Keys, and there's sort of history from the 1800s and I think early 1900s where there was strange incidences with this creepy doll in the house, and it's now behind a glass display case. And you have to ask permission from the doll to take a photo. Otherwise, if you don't ask permission, a curse will be put on you. I'm probably telling the story absolutely terribly, but it's one of these things that I want to make a trip down to the Florida Keys for to see Robert the Doll. All right, so we got that
But
face
but
red.
boy, but you definitely make a Megan character. You watch the movie
Yeah, that's such
Megan.
a great film. I really enjoyed that way more than what I
You're
was
going to make
expecting to. It's a fun
you're going to
film.
make a perfect you're going to make a perfect Megan character because she exactly look like you, but her hair, the same hair color, and all that
Yeah,
is definitely
that
going to
blonde
look good
hair.
on you. Yeah, it's definitely going to look good on you, Megan. The Megan.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure there'll
that
be a lot of
that
people
film
dressed up
too.
as her this year for Halloween.
That film was creepy too. Like it was hilarious. That was the first movie that I was ever scared of. Like the way she walks, the way she moves, her steps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she freaks me out. I've never been freaked
Yeah.
like before,
Oh,
but the
really?
Megan, oh yeah, the Megan really did get me. Like the shit was
Oh,
scary.
yeah, no, that was a really unexpectedly fun one. Okay, we're gonna get into some the devil is in the details, everybody. So I'm gonna get the. I think I'm gonna get. Make my brows black. A little kind of crazy looking.
Hold on. I'm coming. I'm trying to get a call. So
Right, contour some cheekbones here. Okay. Of course, I can't find the palette that. Ah, here it is. So I'm going to be using this old school Bobbi Brown palette. I'm going to be using this to do some contouring. Okay. Just going to use this foundation brush. All right. Coming in on the other side. Hollowing those cheeks out. Blend, blend, blend. All right. Use my hairbrush. Here we are. That's my devil costume. Yeah, the contour really sells it. But yeah, if I had the horns, that would have been the perfect finishing touch. And if I had the time, I would have done the whole body. But thank you so much for joining in this evening. It was a complete unexpected turnaround, but I had so much fun with you all interacting and tuning in. And yeah, over the next few weeks, I'm going to be figuring out more ideas of, you know, stories and ghost stories and hauntings. And once the SAG strike is over, then I'm going to be doing a segment every Sunday night called Stinker Movie Sunday. And basically it's going to be like book club, but for really bad movies, because I really enjoy, you know, a great movie's a great movie, but there's just something about a bad movie that can be really fun. So once the strike is over, that will be my Sunday night segment. I plan to go live either on Tuesday night or Wednesday night at 9 p.m. I'm going to determine my schedule over the next, you know, 24 hours for this week's streaming. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. If you like what you see and you'd like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. And yeah, over the next couple of weeks, as I figure out more of the app, I hope to bring my friends on board. And, you know, I hope to, you know, have some live challenges where other people are also joining me creating these costumes, because I love seeing so much people's creativity, especially around Halloween. I really think that the North Americans do Halloween better than anybody else in the whole world. I'm having so much fun seeing all of the decorated houses. For some reason, that giant 10-foot skeleton seems to be really popular. I've seen so many around this year. They look fantastic. I don't know where or how you'd store them once Halloween is over, but props up to those people. And yeah, I'm really excited to see, you know, what costumes people come up with, what viral costumes are this year. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Barbies and Kens this year. I definitely think there's going to be some Megans. And who knows, I love the pun costumes as well when people get creative, like Heather was mentioning with the Groucho Marx costume. Yeah, I love seeing things where there's like a pun, or like a mashup of characters as well. I can't think of any off the top of my head because I'm spewing out words as I go live. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone joining in this evening. And yeah, you know, I'm going to start talking more about haunted houses, ghost stories, urban legends. And if you happen to know some really great local urban legend that I may not be aware of, definitely send my way. I'm focusing more on the supernatural and, you know, that type of realm, and B movies once I can talk about those. And yeah, I just love all things spooky, and I hope that you all love things spooky. And yeah, hopefully Tuco will appear in more feeds, and hopefully my production value gets to be upped as I go. But yeah, this is my first hour of ever streaming. I've started first with half an hour, and then I went to 45 minutes, and tonight is going to be my first hour. I'm just going to keep spewing out words till it's 10 o'clock. We've got one more minute to go. And thank you for the roses tonight. Thank you for the likes and comments. These are all really wonderful and helps increase my visibility and, you know, improving the algorithm. This feels like the longest minute of my life, I swear. Bloop, 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 mip, mip, mip. I'm just gonna make some noises till it's 10 o'clock, and I'm gonna bring a shark out and I'm gonna spring it across the screen. Wow, yeah, Halloween, spooky times, and I now have a red face, so that will be fun to clean up this room. Look at the state of my room, everybody. I'm just gonna quickly make the camera flip around. Actually, no, let's just do that. My room is currently a state of disaster, but it was so much fun and so worth it. And we made it to our first hour, so thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for witnessing me fly the plane as I build it. And I promise you that this is going to get better as I go along. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, evening, depending on where you're calling from, and happy Halloween.